Hello everyone, Shadefire here, and today I hope you're ready for some adventure on the high seas, because we're looking at Jack Keane. I have no idea what this game is, but we're gonna find out together. I can only assume it's some sort of Monkey Island-esque adventure game. Again, going only by the Steam description.
Ah, Miss Gristle. I must say, you do look exceptionally vexed today.
You flatter me, Dr. T.
Anything special in the mail?
Indeed there is. The Queen is allegedly sending a secret agent to spy on us. He is supposed to find out if you are possibly planning to strike a blow against the Empire.
Under no circumstances is the Queen to learn of my sinister plans, which is why we shall take a few precautions. Have any applications for the job as henchmen arrived?
Just one, Doctor. From a woman in the United States.
An American? That will guarantee a quick finger on the trigger. Send the young lady an invitation. For my part, I shall make sure this agent has an unforgettable stay on our island. Let the game begin.
You are so wicked, Dr. T.
Thank you, Miss Gristle. I ask you, who could stop me now?
Well, I guess that's our sinister mustache-twirling fellow from the opening 3 character stills that pop up before the menu. Now we just need to meet the American lady and Jack Keane
Crying
here.
shame it is. Another little twerp. All they lasted 5 minutes tops.
Then you better pull your punches this time.
What? Wait a minute. Who are you?
You borrowed yourself some money from Mr. Lee, remember? To pay for your ship, and now he wants his money back.
Already? Listen, Rome wasn't built in a day either. It takes a little time to set up a business.
A little time? It's been 3 years. Now, Mr. Lee finally wants to see cash on the table, with interest galore, naturally. And we're going to beat that interest out of you.
Right, it's high time. Might I pound him to a pulp, please?
Oh, all right, but not all at once.
Alright, so now we're just in the chair, and we've got to find our way out of the chair.
I've no idea what's inside there, and unfortunately in this condition it doesn't help me to get anywhere either.
What's this?
An empty bucket. Wherever it leads to, as long as I'm tied up, it doesn't help me one bit.
So our first puzzle is simply to not be tied up.
Important material for construction, but I don't want to build, I want to escape. Wherever it leads to, as long as I'm tied up, it doesn't help me one bit.
Doesn't look like we can really interact with anything from here.
Apparently, I still have a few debts to pay. He's only half as horrid as his boss.
Okay, so we can right-click stuff too.
Come on. Give me a minute to think.
You better hurry. My friend here pecks a wallop that'll make you fly like a cannonball.
I've no idea what's inside there, and unfortunately in this condition it doesn't help me to get anywhere either.
So I can't go to.
Ah, I eat goons like you for breakfast.
You're about to lose your breakfast, mate.
That's about what I figured. We'd have to get beat up a bit to progress here. Alright, so now there's a knife.
Blast it! A few more inches and I'd be able to reach it. He's only half as...
Well,
Was that your best shot? Guess all you've got in those arms is lard.
now you're really gonna get it.
See? Sometimes violence really is the answer.
My knife.
That's not at all conspicuous.
Stay right there! Just you wait!
Man, how did you fit that whole thing in your jacket?
Phew. Oh, no. Of all places, at the top of a tower. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's being way up high.
Come on, big guy! Let's break down the door!
I should hurry. How do I get down from here?
Well, it wouldn't be a traditional adventure game if we had to actually do something during that action sequence.
My knife. So that's where it is, down there.
Has that bird just got lazy and stole someone's basket instead of making its own nest? Because that's what it looks like. Alright, something shiny. Is that nothing?
A bucket. A bucket. A bucket. A bucket. A bucket.
It's a pretty deadpan bucket line.
These signs aren't standing here for laughs.
Alright, so we can't go on the scaffolding. I'm sure at some point they'll say, oh man, if I had a bucket, this would work out.
Looks like a few... What a heavy thing. And sorry to say, the thing is too heavy. Cleanliness is being taken care of up here, too.
Okay, we got a broom.
Cleanliness is being taken care of. Up here, too. There'd be enough leverage if it stood a bit more on edge. But the way it is now, I suspect I'll have to think of something completely different. That did the trick. Hey, what?
We've got you now! Just you wait! We're going to come over and make mincemeat out of you!
Alright, so we just gotta shove the barrel off, I guess? Don't know what we need a rag for.
Cleanliness is being taken care of. Up here, too.
That won't help you for long! We'll be back up there in a jiffy!
Looks like a few repairs are being done on Big Ben.
Do we have a way to lower this anymore now that there's no knot there?
See ya, blockheads! Oh no.
Ah, see? You can't get away from us!
Naturally. There's no handle from the outside. A cleaning rag.
Okay, now we've got a damp rag.
What wouldn't be drenched in this weather?
I keep thinking we gotta do something with that to get the bird to come up. But maybe we can't do it from up here.
Looks like a few repairs are being done on Big Ben. It prevents the work platform from racing downward. It prevents the work platform. Looks like a few repairs are being done on Big Ben. What wouldn't be drenched in this weather? I don't think that'll work. What wouldn't be drenched in this weather? That doesn't seem to work.
Yeah, I don't really know how that would work either, but gotta give it a shot. Alright, so we gotta find something that needs a good bit of interacting with.
The door is locked. The door is locked. What wouldn't be drenched in this weather? That's not going to work.
Yeah, that probably didn't make much sense. Oh, can I jump down here? Durr. That's why it's flashing. I guess those are like
I'm not
interact
climbing
points.
down there as slippery as it is. It's crazy to even... What wouldn't be drenched in this weather?
Oh, okay. It's a very absorbent cloth we had.
Did I already mention that I have a certain problem with heights? I'm not gonna climb there. At least, not as long as that beast squats there. Then again, maybe I can scare it off somehow.
I mean, that is a pretty terrifying crow.
All this filth makes what's already not especially inviting flooring even more dangerous.
Okay, so we can't get back there. So clearly there must be something around here we need to pick up. How did they lock the door if they're still down there? Okay, let's absorb that.
I might be able to use those. On the other hand, I'd have to climb around there. And I hate heights. No tower can do without one.
Can I just drop the sandbag on their head?
Yeah, now I can get my knife.
Well, that guy's probably pretty fucking dead now.
Good to have it back again. Without the knife, this boy Jack's half naked.
Now we just go up and cut the safety line. I'm sure that will have no repercussions. You know, for a game that promises high seas adventure, we're not really seeing a lot of high seas here. Haven't even left London yet.
Looks like I've owned the knife ever since my childhood. Oddly enough, there's also a kind of key on it. I've owned the knife ever since my childhood. Oddly enough, there's also a kind of key on it. Whoa!
Game over, you died.
Eric, Lawrence, cast off. The gangster boss wants his loan back.
Jack, perhaps you ought to wind down a peg or two.
We've got a visitor.
Joe Little, from the Royal.
Sure, from the Royal Port Police.
No, Jack, he's...
Let me handle this. I know all there is about dealing with these guys.
Famous last words.
Listen, little Joe.
Joe Little.
Just because we've moored here for a few days without paying And simply because we've unloaded our cargo at night without declaring it, that's certainly no reason to act like such a big shot. We've got bigger problems to solve, and time is short. So, how much do you want? 2 pounds? 3? Boys, how about taking a second to pull a...
Jack, he's...
Joseph Little from the Royal Secret Service.
Oh.
Do be quiet, Frank. I had a lucrative mission for you, but I'll have to think that idea over again very carefully.
Mission? Lucrative?
Word has it that you're the fastest captain on the London-India route.
Sure. Right you are. That's me.
Even though you do tend to lose your cargo rather frequently.
But like you said, I am fast.
And that's what we're looking for. The Queen wishes to have one of her best agents brought to an island in the Indian Ocean. The pay is £10,000 sterling to compensate for passage.
10,000? Wow. What exactly was the name of that island your agent's supposed to be brought to?
It is called Tooth Island. Hardly anybody knows the island's coordinates, and even fewer are welcome there.
Strange. That name seems to ring a bell. Whatever. At any rate, we've got to clear out of London, now.
Now, Jack, don't be a bleeding idiot. You're in after that cutthroat up to your ears. You'd be better off here where you can straighten that out. We can't keep running away forever.
There you go. Solve your
There's something
problems in
terrifying
London
about that
first.
short guy's
Those tough
face.
guys are not just going to leave us in peace.
Are you nuts? The further we are from our problems, the better. So, where's this agent we're supposed to take aboard?
You would not be taking him aboard here. That would occur halfway along the route instead, in South Africa.
Fine, we're in. Don't worry your pretty little head about that guy.
Well, to be honest.
We'll give him the royal treatment. Cast off, boys.
But the square sail hasn't been mended at all yet.
We'll do it on the way.
Oh dear, this is definitely going to cost me my job.
Curses! The little rat got away.
Where's he off to?
Look, he's left tracks behind.
Tracks? Leading where?
He's heading toward Cape Town.
Are these guys gonna trail us for the entire game, trying to get their money back?
Ah, Cape Town, at last.
That was one heck of a ride.
Wouldn't have been half as bad if the rotten fore-lower topsail yard hadn't crashed down on me head.
And even that wouldn't have mattered too much if we'd had a first aid chest on board like we're supposed to.
Well now, don't be such a wimp, Lawrence.
Me? A wimp? I wouldn't complain as much if I got paid.
Lawrence is right. As long as you're not paying us anyway, the least we want is a shore leave that fits the bill.
Shore leave? We're taking that agent on board, and then it's time for us to get going again.
No can do, Captain. Our demand is clear-cut. A bit of shore leave's got to be part of the deal.
All right. But a short one, mind you.
And you gotta get us something to wet our whistles.
That's the ticket. Downright fun is what we want. The very least you could do is supply us with a bottle of rum for all the trouble we went to.
And sailors just want to have fun. This bizarre Mexican seems to be out of place here. Nope.
It seems to me he's wearing a British uniform under his poncho.
Buenos dias.
Or is this the mustache twirling guy that was on the opening screen?
Is that a uniform you're wearing under your poncho?
Uniform? Why, this is, traditional Mexican garb. Beat it.
My name is Jack Keane. I'm supposed to meet you here.
Well now, Mr. Keane, you're obviously new to the business and do not know the ropes of undercover work. In the case of things done secretly, it is paramount that they remain secret. Furthermore, as long as suspicious subjects keep sneaking around, I am not speaking with anyone.
Those subjects are my crew.
I couldn't give a hoot. I shall not talk to you until the time comes when we are undisturbed here.
Alright, so we have to complete the alcohol fetch quest before we can talk to him and progress with the plot. Alright, let's take a look around Cape Town, which is surprisingly colorful for South Africa.
A small donation for a man whom fate has left in dire straits. By the way, would you perchance have a few pennies for me?
You know, for a beggar, you're pretty well dressed.
Beggar? I'm a businessman on his way up.
You don't say. On the way up, huh?
Well, if a man's down on his luck, the only way left is up, isn't it?
A man could stay down, too.
How true, but only if no one's willing to give me a few alms at last so that I can buy myself a new ship. I'll tell you a thing or two about Africa, my friend. They'll lie to you and cheat you here. Only the toughest make the grade. A man takes on some daring mission or other without batting an eyelash, and wham!
Oh, wham?
Wham! All gone in a flash. Your crew, ship, honor, fame, and fortune. I've got to start all over again from the bottom rung.
How many pennies does a man need till he can buy himself a ship, lock, stock, and barrel?
Depends on what you're looking for. They nearly give away old buckets like yours these days.
What an absolutely uncalled-for remark.
That is your ship over there, isn't it?
It certainly is. The Charming Princess.
It's listing a bit, wouldn't you say?
Poppycock. That can be taken care of in no time.
If you say so.
You still seem to have enough money left to smoke a pipe.
Well, it's more like I can't seem to quit. If I only knew someone who needed the pipe more than I do, then I might be able to convince myself to quit smoking.
Do you have any useful tips for me?
Yes, if you don't want to end up like me, then do not do your shopping in that store there. Do not take any strangers on board your ship. And do not even think of setting sail for any mysterious islands.
Are you telling me to quit this game?
Why not? All computer games do is make people aggressive anyway.
Tell me more about your wayward adventure.
I don't really want to talk about this.
Come on, get it off your chest.
All right. I received a letter from South Africa. It said the wealthy owner of a mine had died. His fortune was deposited at a bank, but no one was allowed to withdraw it, because there were no close relatives with the right to do so. Coincidentally, I was supposed to have the same surname as the deceased. That's why the cousin-in-law of his mother's nephew once removed asked me to drop by and withdraw the money for him. A huge sum, 1 million shillings. Try and picture that. And I was entitled to keep 30% for my trouble. Yes, and all I had to do to cover the bank fees was to sign over my ship in his name.
Are you saying you gave your ship to a perfect stranger from South Africa?
Right you are.
Because you thought the perfect stranger was going to present you with a small fortune a bit later?
Correct.
Who would still fall for what must be the oldest trick in the world?
Me, apparently.
At least now I understand why you don't want to talk about it.
Indeed.
Looks like he fell for a Nigerian prince email scam.
I'll see you later. It says, everything an adventurer's heart desires. This divining rod is guaranteed to find all death traps. Don't ever be afraid of those terrible rocks again.
So when a giant boulder drops down to chase you, you just put this down, and then it will fly up into the air and land on your head.
Don't ever be afraid of those terrible rocks again. For carrying your companion.
Help a former captain in need.
Let's just climb up here for no reason.
A few pennies so I can buy myself a new ship.
The Savvy Shark.
A few blank coppers. Give to a captain of yore. Ah, what's the point? No one's listening anyway.
Oh, I found a bonus object. And another one.
I could say, Lord
There
knows
can never
what.
be enough opportunities for stowage. I know that from personal experience.
Give to the Federation of Wales.
I wonder if
Help
those
to elect
actually serve a
Moby
purpose
Dick
anywhere.
President of
There's
South
like some
Africa.
bonus objective you can complete with them.
I don't think
See
he'll let
what
me
I
in.
mean? Doesn't make a bit
Oh,
of
so this was just the
difference.
secret area completely. There wasn't actually a good reason to come back here other than to
As the
collect those.
former sea captain who has lost his ship.
The wasps are guarding a
small
poorly rinsed
donation
bowl of
for a man
cereal.
whom fate has left in dire
I've owned the
straits.
knife ever since my childhood. I don't think that'll work. An empty canister of Dr.
Help
T's
a
finest
former
tea. That's
captain
not
in
going to
need.
work.
Well, I think that'll
A
do
few
it for our
pennies
look
so I
here
can buy
at
myself
Jack
a new
Keane and his
ship.
high sea adventures. It's seems like a pretty typical kind
A
of
few
point-and-click adventure
blank
game,
coppers.
other than the fact that it's completely 3D. And
Give
it doesn't
to
seem
a
terrible or
captain of
anything.
yore.
The voice acting isn't awful, and it looks pretty.
Ah, what's the point?
Stylistic.
No one's listening anyway.
So yeah, this is Jack Keane. You can probably find it on Steam like I did,
I
but
could say Lord knows what.
that's about all I can tell you about it. So I'll see you folks next time, and maybe we'll get up to
Give
some
the
more
Federation
high
of
seas
Wales.
hijinks in some other
Help
place.
to elect Moby Dick President of South Africa.
But until then, have yourselves a good day, folks.